IVM.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Musafir Stories, India's very own travel podcast, where each week we discuss the story of travelers in their own words and relive their experiences with you, our listeners. Hello again, guys. I am your host Saif, and our guest traveler today is Rajat Chakraborty from the blog travelblogging.com. Rajat has been blogging since 2012, and his focus areas include air travel hacks, frequent flying programs, international hosteling, B&B homestays, and destination and hotel reviews. He also organizes group trips to travel destinations in India and abroad. Apart from this, he has also published an ebook titled How to Earn Airline Loyalty Points for Your Next Holiday. Rajat has been featured on a number of publications like Drink Tea and Travel, Boho Traveler, TripAdvisor, Holiday IQ, Tripoto, Blogment, Trip Happy Maps, amongst others.
The introduction given about Rajat is very concise. Rajat, why don't you go ahead and tell our listeners a little about yourself, about how you started traveling, which was your first travel, and how did the travel bug get to you?
Thank you so much, Faiza. Let me introduce myself in brief. I am Rajat Chakraborty, and I belong to Central India. I was Major Rajat Chakraborty earlier. I served in Indian Army for 7 years, and my profession took me to a lot of places, and because of that, I was able to see the parts of India which I would have never otherwise explored. However, that's not the only part of my story, because I have been traveling for past 15 years now. But I was never a travel blogger in the beginning. I was just into taking photographs of the places I went to. Not exactly selfies, but yes, I used to take a lot of photographs. And by the time I got introduced to travel blogging, or maybe by the time I heard about this concept, it was almost 12 years that I had been traveling. It was only over a cup of tea on a family get together that my family told me that why don't you compile all this? Why don't you put it somewhere? Because eventually you will start forgetting. Eventually everything withers out with time, and you are not able to recollect with the photo albums and the stories that you have been doing and the places that you have been going to. Maybe shades of it remain. But then that is how I started. I first started putting it on a Word format, and then checking out on the internet. I came to know about travel blogging. So that was the first time in 2011 I came to know about travel blog. And I started off with WordPress again. Started putting some of my stories where I had been to. And 2012 I officially got into travel blogging, and since then it has been a journey that has been fascinating me every single day. So that's in short about me.
That's amazing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rajat. And we have to thank your family as well for inspiring you to start that travel blog.
I know, definitely.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yes,
we'd
yes,
never
I
have
do
known
that.
about your stories.
Yeah, sure.
And you have a very interesting blog, Rajat. I love the points where you put in stuff like these tiny things where people don't realize how important they are. For example, your your post about traveling in a Mumbai rail, the local rail.
Yes.
Very interesting post. And
Yeah,
even a
thank
post
you.
about how traveling has made you a better person, and how traveling makes other people also a better people. So, a very interesting blog.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I realized it when I started traveling. Every time you travel, you find a different person altogether in yourself. You explore the different side of yourself. And especially while serving in uniform, I had the opportunity to not only travel, but to push myself beyond the state of traveling. Because, you travel to the farthest places in the country.
Right.
And maybe no other profession can take you that far. And staying there, serving there, And every single day that I've spent almost in my 7 years of service, 4 years I have spent in Northeast. And believe me, people fear about going to Northeast, or maybe I don't know what the concept they have in their mind about when they start thinking about going to Northeast. But believe me, Northeast in travel industry can topple down the rest of the entire travel industry put together in the entire country. So that's the potential it has got. And I was able to explore the most remote locations of Northeast India. And apart from that, I was also a traveler when I used to be on leave from my service. I used to travel to a lot of places. So there are many places that I have mentioned about that I have traveled. And maybe if I am on duty, I am traveling for duty, and if I am on leave, I am traveling for travel. So that's how. But for some or the other reason, I like traveling, so I keep traveling all the time. So that's how it is.
That's amazing.
Awesome. And I would highly recommend all our listeners to go and check out Rajat's blog, travelblogging.com, TRAWELL blogging.com, to find out more about Rajat's stories and his travel exploits. So Rajat, as I was mentioning, the usual custom of the Musafir stories is to discuss a travel destination, the ins and outs of it, how to get there, the planning, what to see, what to avoid, all that stuff. We usually ask our travel writers and travel bloggers about these questions associated to a destination. But having said that, this episode will be completely different because we are going to expose our listeners to a very unexplored territory in traveling, and that's of frequent flyer programs and airline loyalty programs. This is a concept that hasn't caught up much in India yet, but
yes,
but we're glad that you have gone on and written an ebook about how one can benefit from these programs. The ebook is called, all our listeners, please listen up. The ebook is called How to Earn Airline Loyalty Points for Your Next Holiday. So this is an ebook that Rajat has written, and it has a lot of useful information in it, and that's why we decided we'll dedicate a full episode to discussing about this book in general and the whole concept of airline loyalty programs and frequent flyer programs. So that's the agenda for today. And Rajat, I'd like to open up the discussion for this episode by asking you, in layman terms, tell our listeners what an airline loyalty program is for someone who has no idea but has traveled or is usually traveling by airlines and flights. Tell us what an airline loyalty program is.
As far as airline loyalty programs are concerned, let me tell you, I'm presuming here that most of the listeners here are smartphone users. And most of the college-going students who are stepping into travel blogging do face the crunch of money most of the time, pocket money, right? So whatever they try to spend on their leisure maybe completely goes out of their pocket. It is never returned. So the concept of the airline loyalty points starts with whatever you spend, some part of it comes back to you. It's like a cashback. You do your online purchases most of the time. You buy your mobile phones, you buy your smartphones, you do a lot of online shopping, but you do not realize sometimes that the expenditure that you make, it is completely gone. It is no part of it is coming back to you. And I, as after 4 years of getting into travel blogging, I realized that for most part of India, I can say 90% of the people, when I speak to them about travel plans, the moment it goes even a marginal amount by their budget, they will completely postpone the program. Because in India, the concept of travel is not about leisure or about education. It is about something that you do after you take a leave from your routine work. That happens maybe once in a year or maybe twice. So people do not want to, trying to find out how I can save money, how I can do all those things. This is one of the things that most of the travel bloggers face. The airline loyalty program has been existing in the world since more than 40 years. in the 1970s maybe. If you go ahead and explore about frequent flying programs, there is only one company in India called Star Alliance, and essentially the frequent flying program works on the concept that you need to buy a credit card for yourself. And in other countries, maybe US and UK, essentially when I talk about, there are ways and methods by which you can own multiple credit cards, maybe in 15 to 20 credit cards at a time, because they are completely working on cashless economy. So it's not very difficult for them to have 15 to 20 credit cards, spike up their CIBIL score, and keep earning loyalty points by using those credit cards. So essentially, a frequent flying program or the loyalty program on airlines works on that. So you can keep using these credit cards for your essential purchases around the year and accumulate enough miles so that you do not have to pay for your flying at all. Okay.
So it doesn't even have to be actually buying airline tickets, is what you're saying, right? You can use it to buy
airline ticket. Airline ticket is just one of the things I'm talking about. You can buy almost anything that you require. So that's what I have come down in the last pages of my book. You can find I have put down some exercises. I give an insight into your monthly expenses. You have been doing your mobile recharges. So right now I'm using a service called Oxygen Wallet. So that allows me to earn cashback points and then convert it into frequent flying miles. So imagine if I'm able to accumulate enough miles to sponsor at least one person out of two. So maybe you can cut down on your cost, right? And that does happen. I have been working with some of I don't work with many airline programs as of now, but some of them that I work with is Jet Privilege. I'm working with AirAsia Miles. I'm working with Vistara. Vistara has also recently come up with their club membership program. Lufthansa, Air Malaysia. These are very good programs to start with, and you can go about low-cost methods to start off. Secondly, the very important thing that the people are missing out is wherever they travel, they post their reviews for free. I came across a program which TripAdvisor organizes and which can help you earn 1,500 miles a month.
Whoa.
That if you multiply with a mile costs about 1.5 to 2 rupees. So that is 3,000 rupees of miles in your account every month. Can you afford to miss that? So in TripAdvisor, you have the flexibility to write about a lot of things. You can write about a new destination. You can write about a new hotel property. You can write about a new restaurant you tried out. You can write about almost anything that you want to. And if you have signed up with a particular airline miles program, so let's say I'm Jet Privilege. So if you check what all companies they have collaborated with, you can find out TripAdvisor also. TripAdvisor is quite quick. By far, I have been going very smooth with them. Every month I get my miles summary, and I have used some part of it also. That's how it works.
So that's a very useful travel hack, I think, and I'm not sure a lot of us listeners know about this. So thank you so much for bringing that up, Rajat. Somebody who's like a business traveler, he also can make use of this program so effectively, right? If he or she is traveling often and staying at hotels during the course of business, it's such a unique way to make use of that. Those miles are accumulated, right?
Essentially, the airline miles program was meant for the business travelers only. Because you cannot afford to pay a huge amount for your business class travel every time. So there is something called tier upgrade. If you're flying in a business class, almost 30 to 40% of the flight ticket that you spend money on, it comes back to you, and it's a huge business.
And Rajat, even one more question. It's pretty basic.
Yeah, please.
About this program, how would one go up and sign up and create an account in these programs?
The airline loyalty programs work in two ways. When you go to a particular airline program, they have got partner airlines. Okay, So if you go to, I'll stick to Jet Privilege. I'm not trying to promote them, but this is the program that I started with, and this is the program from where I started learning most of it. So that is why it is easier for me to relate and explain to the listeners right now. And when you go to the Jet Privilege account, you can go to jetprivilege.com, and from there you can create your account. And what they do is they just need your email ID. They will allot you, the lowest tier initially. And they have given out 9 different ways of earning your miles. It's quick and simple. You simply need to log in. You need to enroll. The best part is you can actually use it as a single account or as a family account as well. Let's say tomorrow you both plan to fly together, so you can create yourself a family account where both of you can earn miles and keep it in your account.
So it will be a common account.
Yes, it will be in a common account. So essentially, Jet Privilege comes up with 9 different ways for you to earn miles. So when you fly with them, you earn miles. When you swipe your card, credit card, not a debit card, you can earn miles in that. Okay. You can stay in the partner hotels. So if you go to the stay part, you will find they have listed out all the partner programs from where you can earn miles. Okay. You can dine in some of the hotels, pay up using your credit. Again, you are using your credit card most of the time, but when you dine, you need to, when you do your online booking, the moment they will give you a Jet Privilege number. Every airline member has got a account membership number. And whenever you are making a booking, let's say I want to make my next holiday plan, and I'm trying to make a booking from my Jet Privilege account. The idea is that when you plan your trip, you need to use it from that particular service only. Okay. So yeah. So you can go to that. You will find there is most of them are listed. There's Agoda.com, Booking.com, Caligo, Point Sound, and Rocket Miles. See, most of the luxury hotels give you loyalty points. The reason? The hotel programs work on occupancy. Creating such a big property and maintaining it involves a lot of cost. Okay, they cannot keep pricing it high all the time. Businesses need to function at a lower cost. Tomorrow, if service X does not want to give me a lower price, I will go for service Y automatically. Corporates work like that. When you look into the luxury hotels also, they have their own reward points. There is something called Intercontinental Hotels Group. Okay, you can sign up with them. Whenever you book with them, again, this is all available in your Jet Privilege account. You can go ahead and you can right now go online, check it online with jetprivilege.com. You can sign up immediately. You will get a JP account number, and then you can start exploring. Where all you can earn miles.
And I know, Rajat, you did briefly mention this earlier as well, but what's the relationship between miles and rupees? You did give a brief conversion, right?
I have earned and I have spent also. I have earned about 10,000 plus miles now just by doing my reviews and the other things. I've spent few of them for hotel bookings as well. And it converts into 1 mile is about 1.5 to 2 rupees. I'm talking about the Jet Privilege only as of now. And the other programs may have a different rate altogether. You can do a comparison of the miles depending upon. Essentially, you must see that for the amount that you are spending, what is the number of miles that you get. So it is cost per mile that one should work upon and try to do the comparison and see where the bargain lies. So if you are able to, for a particular investment, if you are able to get more miles out of that program, so I think that is the thing you should go for. And initially at start, I do not suggest people to go for too many programs. Okay, because one should work with 2 to 3 programs at the start. and learn how these miles can be accumulated and used. Try to establish a comfort level.
So how long does it take, like, for a person starting off now, and on an average, if they would be traveling maybe once every 3 months? So how long do you think, Rajat, it will take till when they start using these points?
You need to, there may not be any one or two ways. I advise starting with TripAdvisor and Holiday IQ.
Okay.
They are the best ways to kickstart. And 1500 miles is a lot of miles. Okay, if you consistently keep adding reviews to the to their programs, and I mean to say genuine reviews. I am right now in the top 1% of the reviewers in India for Delhi and the north and northeast India, basically. So I have posted about 90 reviews so far, and I do it consistently. Yeah. So that has helped me to accumulate miles. If you do consistently, you will see that you are able to kickstart yourself in somewhere around 6 to 7 months.
That is great, because you won't realize so many of us give reviews online just for free, like how you mentioned. Like myself, I write so many reviews for Google and post so many pictures. And I'm so happy looking at it saying that, whoa, my pictures have got like some 4,000, 5,000 views. But if a person like that would put it up on, like, sites where you can get points, it helps you so much.
Yeah, your reviews count.
That's true.
You are giving a genuine advice. You are telling people where you must go and where you must not. So exactly. I think you should make it count. I think it pays. At the end of the day, you are paid to go there and try to check it out. So yeah.
And Rajat, one thing I'd like to ask is, why hasn't this concept caught up in India as much?
Because the number one, the banks don't know about it. I was into one of the premier banks in my city, and I was sitting with the bank manager, and I discussed with her that she asked me, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "I'm into travel blogging. I'm into travel hacking, and I'm into travel blogging." So she gave me a blank look, and she asked me, "What is it about travel hacking?" So I explained the same things that I've been telling you right now. And frankly, she didn't know about it. So I asked few more people what they know about travel hacking, what they know about this concept. I have not heard anybody speaking about it so far. So there are other people who do travel hacking, but maybe the group is very small. The numbers are very small, and maybe this platform can help me connect with a lot of other travel hackers around the country. And we can start up a project which can help a lot of travel bloggers who want to come into this industry. It will be a great asset, and be a great way to work with them. The second thing which I realized is because they don't know, they have not created a program which works as a platform between the credit card programs and the airline miles. Every credit card is working individually. So there are websites which I have checked out in US and Europe. You can sign up with them. You can put all your credit cards. So how it works is that these credit cards help you. These credit cards are available to you based on your CIBIL score. If you check out in your CIBIL score is quite applicable in India also. If you want to take a loan and if you don't have a good CIBIL score, less than 700, then you are not eligible for a loan, right? I tried to ask, but it went past my head. And somehow the travel hackers who work in US and Europe, they are eligible to buy because they are paying all the bills from credit cards. So they can have more than 5 to 10 credit cards, and they can make retain a considerable CIBIL score about 750. So that allows them to retain their cards and allows them to earn miles on all the credit cards that you purchase. Now, there's one very important thing that is available with the credit cards outside. If you take any global credit card like HSBC or Standard Chartered, you will find if you try to buy their travel card, they will give you 50,000 miles off. You see, that's one of the ways they promote their. just signing up, just for taking their credit card. Okay, but then believe me, you will pay like anything for that 50,000 miles. These credit card programs, I find them very shady. They do not reflect you the entire the entire obligations of the program, and then you end up signing with them. You realize that you are paying much more than what you're actually supposed to. So I don't find the collaboration or the connecting point when I have to start in India.
Exactly.
So,
and I think that's one of the reasons also why people are so
reluctant
to sign up for these programs, right? Because they always think that it's not as transparent, and they think these programs are shady, and there's a lot of catches that's not mentioned, and that might be one of the reasons why it hasn't picked up so much. But
yes.
At the same time, I would advise our listeners to go and check out your book and find out about so many other ways of earning these airline points, loyalty points, and essentially you're saying you don't even need to sign up for a credit card, right?
No, you don't need to.
Exactly. So that's one point. The other point is with India moving away from a cash economy to a cashless economy, I think there's a lot of scope and a lot of room for improvement and for exploring these programs now. And now that all the transactions using debit cards and e-wallets and such, they'll probably catch on much more. So there's so much more potential for this program in the future.
Exactly. See, there's one more way I can tell you that you can earn miles. I am a very, very old subscriber of Reader's Digest, and I never knew it will pay me back like this. And incidentally, I found Reader's Digest also listed on. Also found Reader's Digest listed on the Jet Privilege. Okay, so you can also subscribe for a lot of magazines: Economist, Fortune, Week, Lonely Planet. Since you are a traveler, you need to read. So if you're taking your annual subscriptions, Reader's Digest is a good one. I still read Reader's Digest. So this gives me about 500 to 1,000 miles in a year. So for my subscriptions, that is not even that's about it comes about 50 rupees a month. So that's really a nice way to earn a lot of points. So from wherever the opportunity where you can spend lesser and convert it into miles, I think you should do that, because it will take you some time. And on an average, if you say you spend about 20,000 rupees a month, I've given it as an example. Also, I've given it on a breakup of it in the last chapters. You find that you can earn about by the end of the year, if you keep on doing consistently, you will be able to earn somewhere around 20 to 25,000 miles. That's a lot of miles to start with.
I would definitely suggest our listeners and our readers to go and check out all the practical examples that Rajat has listed out in his book. So, Rajat, I think we have covered most of the things about your book now. What's the best way readers can go download your book?
You can download my book from script.com. It is a free download. I want to keep this book free for my readers, because most of the things I think I have put on my book only. So I don't think I want to charge anything from my readers for reading that. I just want that they should go ahead and try out what I have listed it there.
That's I think that's of you. Because I think the first time when Saif was discussing about your book, the first thing I asked Saif was, is it paid? And Saif was like, no, it's a free book. I was so happy when I got to hear that. Seriously, the thought behind is amazing. You are trying to help people understand this process and you're gaining nothing out of it.
I think I've not told you the catch yet.
Okay.
So before I close the program, let me tell you the catch.
Okay,
most of these programs are affiliate programs. Okay.
Right.
So if you go check out Agoda, Booking.com, you can go to Gully, Points Sound, Rocket Miles. These all give you 1,000 points when somebody signs up with you. Okay. So the more people, the more readers you're able to get, the more larger community you can make, the more you are paying back yourself. Okay. Right. So that's one of the ways I intend to promote the book. So that's what I have kept it. I didn't want it. That's why that's one of the reasons I didn't want it to charge people for anything, because I think most of it is covered. If people are able to use the service and make something good out of it, why not? So that's it.
And I think what you've just pointed out is also a good way for our listeners to share these and earn back from these programs, right? They sign up for it and they share it with their friends, their colleagues.
Yes.
And each time they sign up, they end up earning more points. So it's a brilliant idea altogether. So let's hope with this movement towards a cashless economy, this whole idea of airline loyalty programs, it catches up more and all of us start looking at travel as an investment rather than an expense. Rajat, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you all this while, discussing about your books, and I hope a lot of our listeners go and check out your book. And
I hope they found something. I hope they find something they have been looking for. So that's the idea. Yeah.
It's a new concept, and I hope they make the most out of it. Thank you so much, Rajat, for taking time out to discuss this with us.
Thank you, Rajat.
Thank you.
That was yet another great episode of the Musafir Stories. If you guys like the show, please subscribe to us on iTunes, Audioboom, Stitcher, Pocket Radio, or any other podcasting app that's available on iOS or Android. You could also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We go by the handle The Musafir Stories. Or, if it suits you, you could email us at themusafirstories@gmail.com and visit our website www.themusafirstories.com for more information. All of these links will be made available in the show notes section of the podcast. So here's to more traveling, sharing, and inspiring. Stay tuned for our next episode. Until then, happy travels and goodbye.